Today we're going to be talking about Love Lives Here, starring Tando Tabete. She is a hopeless romantic who just found out that her partner of 3 years has been cheating on her. The relationship ends. Zinhle is devastated naturally, and she takes this time now that she's single to invest in herself, which is what we're all advised to do after a breakup. So Zinhle starts jogging every day, she's eating right, she's staying away from men. There's a guy at the office she works with that's very into her, but akamboni, or I should say akamoyanga. So the reinvesting her time, her love, her devotion, her energy into herself pays off, and she meets a stunning, gorgeous, loving man. Somebody who's genuinely interested in her, who invests in her, who's consistent with her. She falls in love, she opens her legs, she spreads them wide, and after she does that, things fall apart for them. She gets back together with her ex boyfriend, the same guy who cheated on her, mind you. They get engaged. They almost get married. The marriage is stopped, or I should say, she backs out of it and ends up getting married to Lungile Radu's character, whose name I forgot. It's cute, man, the movie. It's cute in the sense of if you don't think about it too much, you will definitely enjoy it. But if you're like me, talk back to the TV and list all the things Zinhle could have done to avoid her situation. First of all, Zinhle was desperate. She asked her man for a ring. One thing I know is that when a man knows what he wants, he goes after it. You will never have to convince him. You'll never have to beg him. You'll never have to manipulate him. You'll never have to strip yourself bare in order for this man to see your worth. If he wants it, if he wants you, he will come and get you. Besides, don't you want a man who goes after what he wants? Another thing, Zinhle only found out that her new boo didn't want to get married only after she spent the night with him. So this whole time that they were dating and they were courting each other, kumnandi, connection is getting stronger, the sexual tension is building up. Didn't bother asking him important questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you think about marriage? How many children do you want to have? What are your aspirations in life? The type of questions that lets you know where a man is going and what kind of man you're dealing with. She didn't ask him that, only for her to end things after sleeping with him, after meeting his mother, after finding out he has a child. That's when she was like, oh, I want to get married and you don't. You played me. No, Nana, you played yourself. So now Usis Zinhle is single again, and somehow her ex, the cheater, he finds her. And he does one gesture of love. He does one little act that's out of character for him, and that immediately makes her forgive him and get back together with him. That was another mistake that she did. Let me tell you why. Men don't change. And I'm not saying they are incapable of changing. I'm just saying if you've already shown him that he can disrespect you once and he gets away with it, when he comes back a second time or a third time or a fourth or a fifth time, however many times he comes back, he's gonna come back, and in the back of his mind, subconsciously, he's thinking, I can walk over this one. I can disrespect this one. She's going to take me back. I know because I've been there. I've been cheated on. When you forgive easily, you're asking for paper two of what you just went through. What Zinhle should have done was make him pay. If she knew that she was going to forgive him anyway, she was supposed to make him pay for it. He must pay for her forgiveness. Buy her a house, buy her a car, help her start a business. fly her out the country. Like, he looked moneyed anyway. So why not get him to invest in you? Why not get him to put his money where his mouth is, invest in you if he really wants you back before you even take him back? And in that process of him doing all those things, now you can start from scratch getting to know him again. What are your aspirations in life? What are your goals in life? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Do you want marriage? Do you want children? She can do all those things from scratch just to get to know him, string him along, and leave after everything is in her name, of course. God, this just goes back to what I said in the beginning. Ubana Zinhle was just desperate for love, a hopeless romantic. And if you're that desperate, there are going to be men that will take advantage of you. Nilumke. And then there's Zinhle's husband, who's played by Ulungile. His baby mama has clearly shown him that she is out of his league. She has set standards for herself that he cannot reach at the moment. Her lifestyle and his lifestyle do not mix, they clash. And yet, he went back. He went back there. After she showed him who she is, he went back for paper two. Into engxakayo is aba bantu uLungile noZinhle, they had no reason to go back to their previous partners. I mean, it's not like those relationships were happy relationships, or they were flourishing in those relationships, or they got anything positive out of it. They just went back because they were comfortable there. It's something that they know, it's something that they used to. So they went back. I don't even think. And they were optimistic about paper two of the relationship. It was just that thing when, okay, as in, I went out into the world, it didn't work out, now I'm back. That's all it was. It's so much better to move on. Oh, yes, and let me read the synopsis of Love Lives Here. Zinhle Malinga is a hard-working modern woman with strong traditional values who knows what she deserves and believes she knows what kind of man she needs to be happy. She is not willing to play games and waste time. She is ready to take the next step in her life and get married. The story starts and we meet Nkosinathi Shange, a true blue player who has been burned in love. The chemistry they feel for each other is too hard to ignore. They decide to give the relationship a chance. Because they have both been burnt in love, they are hesitant to truly commit and to be open about who they are. Zinhle is so real and so unpretentious that he decides to give her one last test. He takes her where he lives, his mother's back room. So Ulungile plays Nkosinathi Shange. When Zinhle discovers that he has taken her to his mother's house, she's overjoyed because if he's introducing her to his mother, it means that he is serious and a proposal will soon be on the way. Nathi is overjoyed that Zinhle loves his mother Barbs and that Barbs loves her, and he begins to think that she may be a keeper. Only two problems. Zinhle wants marriage and Nathi has no intention of ever getting married. 2. Nathi has a child and Zinhle has always sworn that she will never be a stepmother. Worse, Nathi has unfinished business with Lita, who broke his heart and turned him down cruelly when he proposed to her. Oh, yes, dilibela about that. I completely forgot when he once proposed to somebody and she rejected him. So this couple, Zinhle and Nathi, have 3 problems. Let's continue. But as a result of his sudden fame and success, Lita comes back in the picture and uses his son and her feminine wiles to turn Nathi's head. Is untenable for Zinhle. Well, there you have it. That's the synopsis of Love Lives Here. My final thoughts on it. Um, it's definitely think like a manish in the sense that you have different characters in different stages in their lives with different approaches to relationships, all uh, all making the story work. Obviously, Uzinhle and Nkosinathi have got the most screen time in this film. But you have three other couples, one that's madly in love and interracial, one that just got divorced, and one that's just fuck buddies. They're all connected to each other, and in the end, love wins. Okay, bye bye.